Well, guys, I do honestly wish that we had a lot to talk about, but it doesn't look like we have a lot to discuss in terms of what is happening at Nasharena, but we do have, certain things to discuss. So we have a situation, Gaston Sirino, Bradley Cross, Zamalek, Cedric Kaze, Kaze Chiefs versus Manchester United, Kaze Chiefs versus Leeds United. Not so much on this Madala, but obviously Mduduzi Shabalala and Dylan Solomon's who, wow, that said some things. And then also we will be looking at Lehlohonolo Maboya. Well, guys, before we dive into all of those details, please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, don't forget to click the bell notification. Thank you so much for liking previous videos. I hope you guys will do the same with this one also. So where should we start? Well, I think we're going to start off with Gaston Sirino. Now, Gaston Sirino and Bradley Cross Tiwa, they have injured, or they have injuries, I mean to say. So they were injured during that game of us playing against Zamalek, where we drew 1-1. And yeah, you might say it was a bit of luck because we capitalized on dying minutes, and it was none other than Dylan Solomons for the second time in a row, which is something impressive, and it makes it a bit hard for us to say no, we are going to start a different player on the few coming games or the next games that we're going to play. We do have two games that we are going to play for the Betway Premiership before the year ends. Obviously this December, guys. We have a game this Wednesday, which will be the third, and then also we do have a match on the 7th of December. So chances are, guys, we might not get to have Gaston Sirino tomorrow and also Bradley Cross, which leaves a good question. Who should start tomorrow, guys? We do have Kanyiso Shinga, we do have Paseka Marco, which both of them have not had any game time. Now, Marco did come in, he had some good runs until he was injured, and before he even started playing back then, he did or was nursing an injury, which obviously they did say Paseka Marco is an injury prone player. So I don't know, but who do you think should start for tomorrow's game against Cheaper United? Actually, Cheaper United against us. So we will be playing on their home ground, I think, at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. So with that being said, moving on, guys, we do also have Zamalek. Now, Zamalek, they decided, you know what happened? I'm sorry, guys, I cannot show you the clip, but I'll try to bring you a screenshot of, the situation. Now, Zamalek decided, no, we were supposed to win that game, and we did not win it because the referees did not officiate the right way. They said that was not a goal, but we feel like it was a goal where there was a foul by one of their players to Umchitawe Tulapana Inaso Miguel, where I know a lot of us felt, especially for me, I felt like Inaso was letting me down, but unfortunately we did get a review, and I'm happy Otavik Victor Tlongwane managed to rectify this mistake and say, no guys, there was a foul there, and that's why the referee decided not to allow that goal, because there was a push. If you can see from those photos, there was a push from Zamalek's player. So definitely it makes sense why they did not get that goal, and we ended up not having to say, oh wow, we've lost the game. So big ups to the referees for doing a wonderful job. I'm happy about that. I hope they can try and continue with this beautiful work where they left off. And then moving on, guys, we also do have Cedric Kaze speaking in terms of Ethan Chislet. Now, guys, I do feel like we've been talking about Chislet for the longest time. Remember last time I told you I honestly do not believe that this guy is injured per se. I do think there's something that has to do with the plans of the team, because this guy has been injured ever since he joined the team. It doesn't make any sense. He has not yet even played a game, but he's always injured. And where he's coming from, this this raises a lot of questions because where he's coming from, he was a regular, he was playing, almost all the time. I cannot say every time, but almost all the time. So now Cedric Kaze says, oh, he has explained what is happening with Chislet. He says he was injured. He started to train with the team 10 days ago. We are building him up for the next games because his injury was tricky one. Now, guys, are you telling me that ever since Ethan Chislet joined the club back in around, let's say, for example, August, I don't know when it was when they joined, let's say around August until December, so it's August, September, October, November, now it's December, without kicking the ball, not even once, but the guy is injured. And he played during those games where we played as friendly games and the matches were broadcasted. I did not see any player who showed any signs or concerns of a player being injured. So I'm sorry, guys. Don't blame me if I don't believe what is happening at Naturena currently. But if it is true, then I will give them the benefit of the doubt. But other than that, I don't think this is true, guys. We have to be honest with the situation. I think there's something that they're not telling us when it comes to Ethan Chislet. But obviously, all will be revealed with time. And then moving on, guys, we also do have coach Cedric Kaze again. He spoke about Lehlohonolo Maboya, obviously, on the previous game that we played against Zamalek. I do think Lehlohonolo Maboya had a good game, but unfortunately, we did not win. So obviously, it is a bit hard, to look at the player and look at his performance when the team is not doing so great, even though we were playing good football. Unfortunately, I felt like there was a lot that was missing because even how we started the game, how our lineup was set up, it was just finder. We did not show any clear indication of what we were trying to do during that game. So this is what the coach is saying. He says he had a very good game and he's a player that drives the other players. And you need a player that can level up the technical quality of the team. Coach Cedric Kaze. Now, I can say this is true, but I did not see much of him on the previous game. But with players like Augustin Sirino, even though he was started as a winger, you could see the impact that he sort of had during the game. There was even that, that shot at target that was so beautiful. And I know it's out of target, but for me it's on target because it hit the post, unfortunately. But you could see, the idea, the drive behind what Augustin Sirino was trying to achieve. Unfortunately, it did not go in, and it was going to be the best goal on CAF Confederations Cup. That one deserved an award if there were awards for the CAF competition. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in terms of Augustin Sirino when it comes to that goal. And then shifting to a more different situation, let's talk about Kaze Chiefs DDC team where they went to Manchester United. They managed to play there and they've managed to beat Manchester, according to my report, 3-1. And then today they were playing again and they managed to draw with Leeds United FC. So that is looking good. Hopefully they can keep up the momentum and come back home without a lose. I know it's just friendly games and it's a tour, but at the end of the day, it is something that is going to boost them because I feel like even the senior team needed this CAF Confederation, and it's good that we are getting a bit exposed like this because let's say we were coming back to the league and this is what happens. We're going to have a lot of questions, but now we get to see the idea and the sense of what is happening behind, everything behind the league, actually looking beyond, the football terms of local football. You understand? So, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing, guys. I'm just happy for the boys. I just hope that they manage, consistency because, wow, on the senior team, it is something that is lagging a lot for us. And then let's move to Mduduzi Shabalala now, guys. Mduduzi Shabalala has been placed on standby by Coach Hugo Bruce. I do not want to talk about, the players that did not make it to the final squad, even though we do know players like Brendan Peterson, they do deserve, that national call up, but unfortunately, he's not there. And Coach Hugo did speak about introducing Shabalala to say that no, those other players, I want them on standby. He did not even bring Ikram Reyners. So maybe what he's saying is true, because now I can see some relations, because it's not just a Kaze player, but as also a striker who's performing very well for Mamelodi Sundowns. By the way, he's there, guys. So yeah, I think it's something that we cannot take into the heart, but yeah, definitely it is something to consider when we look at the situation and everything else. And then I'm trying to move as swiftly as I can, guys, because I did say there's not a lot to talk about, but now it looks like we are talking about a lot. So we do have our player, which is Dylan Solomons. Now he did say something about his assist and the scoring. So even though they did not count that one, Lapana was Zamalek. So personally, it has been a good few months for me. The hard work the hard work I did when I was injured is paying off now. Being out injured was not a good tie for me, but I'm so happy to be involved now and to take help to contribute to the team. Scoring a goal was wonderful, but I like getting assists, which I take pride in more. I really want to contribute even more, hopefully in the next two games before the break for the AFCON tournament, which is coming very soon. So Nyamuza Vegetarian Solomons, he is a player that takes pride in making sure that he's yena umsebenzi wakhe assist. Ukuscora, yeah, he feels good about it, but not as much as good as he feels about assisting other KZH's players, which is nice to hear from a player like Dylan Solomons. And then also he further said, I am looking forward to the cheaper game, obviously coming off a fair result in the CAF Confederation. We want to refocus on the league. We know what type of team cheaper is, and it won't be an easy game away from home, but our intention is to pick up maximum points by making sure we execute what we have to do because of the short turnaround between games. So we haven't had much time to focus on cheaper. So sticking to our own process will be crucial to getting a positive result. Now, let's hope the guys will try to get those positive results. I know participating in a lot of competitions does tend to slow down the process of what you guys are trying to achieve. But looking at teams like, for example, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, those teams have been in and out of the CAF Champions League, and it makes it easy for them to be able to focus both that side and that side. And also, I feel like that's the reason why those teams have been consistent. There was a time when Mamelodi Sundowns did not play for the longest time, and when they came back, yeah, things were just bad. They were terrible. So I think it makes sense why we need to have more. We need to participate more on competitions like this one. But anyways, those are my thoughts, and I'm hoping the boys can try to pull at least 3 points when we play tomorrow. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I would have loved to give you my lineup prediction, but unfortunately I can't, guys, because wow, hey, there's a lot. But anyways, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Don't forget to like. Say.